Alrighty, so Star Wars. We're back at it again. We got a tier list here. We're gonna be ranking all of the Jedi that I think have an inkling of memorabilia. Some of these you may have seen. Some of them are a little bit more hidden. Some of them are to represent certain adaptations of them. You'll see we have multiple different Anakins here. But for me personally, this is a very biased list. If a Jedi is not included here, I just don't know enough about them, and I didn't want to disrespect them on this tier list, aka a lot of the Old Republic Jedi. Just because there's so much source material and shit that I could look into, I just haven't yet. A little lazy, but there's also Jedi that I don't even deserve to be ranked in my opinion, because they just shouldn't fucking exist and they were terrible ideas, aka every Jedi from the Acolyte. Okay, so we are gonna get into this list here. This is gonna be my own personal biases. Let's get into the breakdown of the rankings. We have at the top being S tier equivalent. Can do no wrong. I think these people are these Jedi are le creme de la creme of the crop. They're so fucking good. I don't care what they're in. They're probably perfect, and they can't do any wrong to the character. Okay, so this is not like a moral wrong. This is like you can't butcher this character because of either so much we've seen or because of how fucking cool they are. Okay, we're gonna look at the second tier, aka A tier, invited to the group chat. These people I fuck with. You know, these people, you're getting invited to the group chat. All right, buddy. Welcome to the Discord server. Okay. And then below that, we have dapping up if seen. This is like if we're out in public, I'd be like, yo, what's up, dog? Fucking dap him up. Oh, buddy. You know, and fucking dap that homie up. Then right below that, so like, you know, people you tolerate, you would conversate in a regular environment. You might not reach out to them, but they're cool. You know, they're cool. They serve their purpose. You know, they're pretty aight. And then we have don't want to see you, actively avoiding eye contact, whatever you want to put here. This is like the D tier. This is like, ugh, brother. I don't really care that you're there. It's just I would rather not have you in my peripheral vision, you know? And that could be because there's just not enough on them, or that could be their character just fucking blows cock. Then we have who cares. This is for anybody who absolutely sucks. Nobody like cares about them, and if you do care about them, like, you're forcing it, bro. Okay, we get it. You like Condiments King, right? But that's your favorite fucking Batman villain, Condiments King. You know what I mean? Shit like that, where it's like, come on, bruh. All right, you're just trying a little too hard to be a hardcore. Now, let's get into this. We have number one, Depa Balaba, aka Kanan Jarrus's master. All right. Well, yeah, I just don't want to see them. I don't remember a single thing they do. I think they fight a few clones and then they get murked. Like, I mean, they saved Kanan, but I'm really not like a Kanan guy, and we'll get into that when we get later on this list. I'm not really a Kanan Jarrus guy. I think Depa Blob is just like, I don't want to see them again. I'll be honest. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, they just don't really do anything, and we don't need a Tales of the Jedi where Depa Balaba is like one of the main focuses. You know what I mean? Like Morgan Elsbeth. We didn't really need that. You know, even though I liked it, in Tales of the Empire, you could have had so many fucking things. You chose Morgan Elsbeth. A little weird. So Depa Balaba, I just don't want to see them. There's just no purpose. They don't serve any purpose. I'm gonna put in who cares. Like, who the fuck cares about Depa Balaba? If your favorite Jedi is Depa Balaba, seek therapy. We're gonna move on. Evan Peel can do no wrong. This guy's the GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. I know he gets murked. I think he gets bit by the Hound in Clone Wars. I don't care. This guy's got so much aura. His fucking like Scottish accent or whatever it is, fucking amazing. He's got the scar on the eye, fucking amazing. When he's, I think, on the council, I'm pretty sure, in the earlier live action movies, in the prequels. I love everything about his design. He's like a little fucking goblin slash gnome. I love it. I think it's perfect. I don't think we need more Evan Peel. I think he's great the way he is. The Lego set he came in, I think it was his Starfighter. I think is great. I still have his Lego head. I don't have the rest of them. That's an unfortunate loss. Am I gonna be biased here if some of these characters have good Lego figures? Of fucking course I will. Okay, you can see the background. You can see the Lego. It is what it is. Okay, this is gonna be biased. Evan Peel can do no wrong. This guy's one of the GOATs. We're gonna move on. Agent Kolar, I think it's this one. I don't want to see this guy again, bro. You get packed up by General Grievous. You get one shot by Palpatine. If he's even in that scene, I don't even remember. Is he in that scene? I don't even remember. Dude, this guy just sucks. And then he doesn't do anything. Like, he just gets packed up, bro. But you're a Zabrak. You are probably one of the worst Zabraks I've ever seen. And that's saying something, bro. You know? I guess that's not, because all the Zabraks are sick. You have Maul, Savage, the old people there. The people in the Son of Dathomir comic that roll up. That squad's pretty cool. You have the Lego Jedi from the Old Republic. Is he a Zabrak? He might not even be a Zabrak. He kind of looks like one. Maybe he's not a Zabrak. Whatever species this is, he's like the worst one of them. I don't know. This guy just gets packed up. It's just... And every time you see him, he's always just like, just doing this like an NPC. But he's there all the time. Very weird. Don't care for him. We're going to move on. Ki-Adi-Mundi. This guy's invited to the group chat, alright? Number one, he gets all the huzz. He gets to fuck all the women on his planet so he can preserve the population. That's my fucking G right there. But he gets promoted to the group chat because this guy's cracking jokes after slaughtering a bunch of Geonosians. Keeping count of how many he's murking. Come on now, bro. That's one of the homies right there. That's one of the G's. Ki-Adi-Mundi, he's getting up there. Yeah, he gets packed up by some clones. It is what it is. A lot of Jedi get packed up at them at Order 66. He did lose a lot of aura. He might even be in the Can Do No Wrong if he just wasn't in the Acolyte. But because he was in the Acolyte and that scene was like fucking terrible, having Ki-Adi-Mundi there, we're gonna lower it just a little bit. Because he could do wrong in that situation. But he's definitely invited to the group chat. He's one of the homies. Mace Windu, animated version. Animated Mace Windu can do no fucking wrong. This guy's one of the GOATs. His dialogue is great. His dedicated episode in season 1, where it's like the bridge gets turned off, and he jumps on the fucking, the stap, and he jumps over the way, goes silent, he just murks a droid, he gets in there. Like, dude, he's so fucking cool in the show, man. When he's helping Jar Jar get the huzz, he's a great wingman. We love Mace Windu animated. So I think he can do no wrong. If they did a show dedicated to him, I'd watch it. It wouldn't be the most entertaining thing. But yeah, let's start blowing past some of these. The turtle fuck that teaches Ahsoka to not be so goddamn impatient. You know what? I dap him up. He seems pretty chill. He had a good lesson. You know, sometimes you just need to be more patient. You know, I think in modern day era, there's a lesson to be learned there. You know, a lot of people like to be impatient these days. Now, me personally, I'm trying to work on my patience. And, you know, he taught some good lessons. Plus, he has a cool saber. Plus, he gets Ahsoka's back. He's in something else as well. I remember him in a different scene. I don't think he was a council. I think he's like in the library or whatever, bro's studying. But yeah, I'm dapping him up if I see him. He didn't do anything wrong, you know? He's just doing his own thing. We're going to move on. Nadar Veb. Yeah, I don't want to see you ever again, to be honest with you. You get packed up by Grievous. So that's another L loss. Oh, look at that, dude. 2 people get packed up by Grievous are in the same spot. Kind of crazy. He was rushed as a Jedi Knight, I believe. Or he was rushed as a Padawan to a Jedi Knight because of the war. And he pretty much gets packed up the first time he gets introduced. And the Clone Legion that he gets to control, he gets all of them murked. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't want to fucking see you killing my clone commanders, alright? Some of those guys are the fucking GOATs. And you just ruined one of the potential fucking personalities of a clone. Alright? Those are some of my favorite moments in Star Wars. Clones all being different and unique. I love that idea. Nadar Veb robbed me of one of them. Fuck you, okay? Also, one of the worst, I want to say it's a Mon Calamari. One of the worst fucking Mon Calamaris, alright? Fucking Prince, Nazim, not Nazim, what the fuck is his name? Prince, I don't remember his name, but the Prince from the fish episode, the underwater episode, way better. It's a trap. Admiral Akbar, one of the goats. Get this Nadar Veb out of my face. We're gonna move on. Grogu, who cares? I mean this genuinely. Who fucking cares? This guy, he does nothing but cause problems. I'm not a big Mandalorian show guy. I found almost every interaction to be with Grogu annoying. When he's eating the fish eggs. When he's able to outmaneuver a fucking assassin protocol droid. What are we doing, man? Also betrays the training he was supposed to have with Luke to then go with Mando for no reason. Like, it's just... God, I hate everything about Grogu, man. I really do. I like, it's a cool thing having a baby Yoda. Grogu himself is kind of a fucking little brat. Don't like it. We're gonna move on. Ooh, this is tough. I want to say this one's not Eth Koth. I don't remember which one this is. Ah, fuck. Saucy Tin. That's who this is. Saucy Tin. Don't want to see you again. You were cool in the 2000, the 2D Clone Wars, 2000, what, 7? 2000, no, 2003? No. I can't remember when that came out. He was cool in that. And every other iteration, he gets bitched by Palpatine. I think the first one to die. He was big upped by somebody in the Star Wars lore to be a great duelist. Bro gets packed up in a second. I'm sorry, this guy's shite. You're on fraud watch, buddy. Okay? Don't think I didn't catch that. Quinlan Vos. Fucking annoying. I really don't like Quinlan Vos. He's bratty in the Clone Wars. He's annoying in Tales of the Underworld. Because he's kind of like the main reason for Ventress living or some shit like that. I don't know. He's in fucking everything for some reason. He's in the Obi-Wan show, writing messages and shit for Obi-Wan. I don't know how the fuck this guy lived to Order 66. I don't care. I don't want to fucking Quinlan Vos anything. This guy's fucking annoying. He's literally like the worst parts of Anakin put into one. And then he's put in everything. I don't get it. He's one of the most, like, reused Jedi. We're gonna move on. What's her name? Adigalia, I'm pretty sure. Gets packed up by Savage. She has, like, 2 or 3 good episodes. Like, the episode she's in, she's, like, pretty alright as, like, a support character. I think... Well, I just don't want to see it. Like, not in a hateful way, just in, like, a... She's at the top. She's probably like, you got packed up by Savage because Savage is a fucking Hulk. I can't blame you on that. You know, you got little twink legs, you got little twink arms. You're not doing shit to Savage. Savage is gonna pack you up. All right. So I'm not gonna say it's the worst one. Wasn't Savage's first Jedi he killed either. So yeah, we're gonna we'll do it like this. No, we'll do it like this. Yeah, we'll do it like this. We'll do it like this. Yoda can do no wrong. I think in every iteration he's fucking amazing. The animated series, amazing. The live action one, amazing. When he's old on the OT, amazing. When he's in the sequels, as bad as the sequels are, I think he's fine in the sequels. And they even forced him into the Acolyte, and he was still chilling in the Acolyte. He was probably the best scene in the Acolyte when it was dead silent and his ear twitches. That one scene could be the best scene in the Acolyte. We're gonna move on. I don't want to talk about a fucking show. Padawan Obi-Wan. The one that packed up Maul after watching Qui-Gon lose. Dude, this guy's kind of the fucking GOAT. I'm gonna put him right behind Ki-Adi Mundi. I think that's fair. He's cool. He questions Qui-Gon on everything. He's he's almost the perfect Padawan. He's questioning Qui-Gon on everything. He's up there on the skill level with Qui-Gon in terms of like the force speed that they do at the beginning, which is kind of weird. And the negotiations, and he's always trying to learn and figure out things, and the metachlorian thing, where he's helping Qui-Gon with that, and he's even like questioning him, like, dude, you're gambling, with a kid, pod racing. That's what we're doing on Tatooine. Big Q. That's what we're doing here. Um, Helps Qui-Gon a little bit for the fight with Maul. Great character. Loved it. Pretty good character. We're going to move on. Gungi. Gungi is definitely getting dapped up when I see him. He's the best of the, like, kid trio thing. I think he gets the most screen time. The rest of them are a little bit more annoying than Gungi, but Gungi's at least fun, because he's a Wookiee. He gets aura for that. He's getting dapped up purely because of the Wookiee race, but he's also not fucking annoying. So I think was he the one where Ahsoka got trapped on like that island where they were being hunted? Was he there, or am I just thinking of Chewbacca? I think I'm thinking of Chewbacca. But regardless, Gungi's cool. We fuck with Gungi. We're gonna move on. Animated series, Ahsoka Tano. Her development was fantastic. The animated Ahsoka Tano, in my opinion, can do no wrong. I think Rebels has butchered a lot of character designs, and I do think the Ahsoka in Rebels is pretty fucking ugly. It's not done wrong, though. Like, it's not like my Ahsoka rating isn't lowered because of it, if that makes sense. She's done well. She's portrayed very well because she fights with Vader. I'm fine with all of that. Even fights with Maul, I think, as well in some moments. So I think that's pretty cool. Great moments throughout the whole series. Great character development. Great plot twist where she was being framed for killing people. I thought that whole arc was fantastic. Yeah, we're going to move on. Ungundai. Now, if you don't know who this is, he featured in a Clone Wars episode. One of my favorite episodes. Back in the day when I was a little kid. I always remembered this character. Never remembered his name. And I get it because it's Ungundai. He's going to die is the idea there. He's with one of the coolest fucking captains for a Legion I've ever seen for a clone trooper. I think it's fantastic. We're going to put this guy... Dude, this guy's getting dapped up. He might only be on screen for about a minute. Dude, he has a final stand. He's fucking sick as shit. And I think he's stalling for the food to come to the people. And he literally, like, with drop of the hat, this guy's sacrificing himself so that hungry people can get their food. What a goat. That's my goat. I'm gonna die. Alright, we're gonna move on. Yaddle. I don't care as much as, like, most people do about Yaddle. I'm aware there's a lot of source material. I'll put her above Odigalia. I think that's her name. But Yaddle's, like, whatever to me. I don't need multiple Yoda species. I'm fine with there just being one. I think the lore is that Yaddle trained... I think Yaddle trained Dooku? Or Yaddle trained Qui-Gon. Or something like that. Yaddle trained, like, somebody important. Which could be cool. I think it was Dooku, because they were, like, fighting over it, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was in Tales of the Jedi. So yeah. I'm fine with her as is. I just don't want to see her again, because I feel like she doesn't talk like Yoda. She has nothing really to do with Yoda in terms of species relation, even though these species apparently are extremely rare. Rarer than Gungans, rarer than Zeb species, which we'll get into. So it's just like they're supposed to be really, really rare. She's got no uniqueness about her. She's kind of just like an NPC at Jedi. Yeah, I just don't see them doing a good service to Yaddle. So I'm not dapping her up, you know? She's like a 4 out of 10 for me right now. If there was more source material that I've watched, like maybe comics and shit, I probably would rate her higher. I've not read the comics. I'm going to keep her. Don't want to see them at the very top because, like, she's probably one of the better ones. That if they expanded on, I wouldn't mind, but I'm not dapping them up. We're going to move on. Live action Ahsoka. Yeah, I just don't want to see it. And I mean, the actor herself has said she's not going to be doing the role again because of paying issues from Disney. Yeah, live action Ahsoka isn't it. The fights are slow. She has no like emotional impact. It's weird the storyline they did with her training Sabine and then just failing to train and then needing to see flashbacks of Anakin in order to figure that out. But like I don't the like relation there is kind of bad, you know? Ahsoka was forced into a war and she trained like she learned everything really really fast. So then she's now forcing Sabine to just be really good at being a Jedi because she was really fast at learning it. It kind of just like is kind of dumb. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's overplayed, like that concept of the teacher learns it fast, and the student isn't learning, like the Shifu Kung Fu Panda thing, where it's like, brother, you should be way better at this by now, you know? And that's why like Shifu's always disappointed in Poe. But I don't know. I just don't really rate it. Yeah, live action Ahsoka just doesn't do it for me. We're gonna move on. Shakti. I'm dapping her up. She helped out the Domino Squad, I believe. The Domino Squad in that episode to try to like push them to be better. Thought that was great. She's great as like a council member. She was kind of stupid during the whole Order 5's arc, but she was kind of the only one who gave a like only Jedi who gave a fuck about what Fives was saying, and what Fives' thing was, because it was Fives and somebody else, right? It wasn't Tup, it was somebody else, right? I think so, but yeah, so Shakti's kind of got like a soft spot in my heart personally for me. I know she's memed because she gets killed like 3 times in deleted scenes, but it is what it is. We're gonna move on. East Koth, I want to say this guy's name is. Yeah, this guy fucking sucks. Yeah, I mean, he's basically the live action, what's his name? Where is he? He's the live action this. I can't remember his name now, I'm forgetting it. Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, he's the live action version of that. I think they gave him a different name and forgot like those two existed, or they gave them the same name but he was like a different design. It's something weird like that. Regardless, he gets packed up instantly. Nobody cares. He doesn't need a backstory. We don't need lore. I think there was a comic or two with him in it. I just don't give a fuck. I really don't care about this character. If your favorite character is Eth Koth, brother, we need to have some words. We're gonna move on. Obi-Wan Kenobi Animated Edition. This guy can do no wrong. He's goated. He is one of the saddest stories in all of Star Wars. He's one of the greatest characters in Star Wars. And the Clone Wars makes Obi-Wan's story at least 50% better, if not more, because of the Clone Wars. He's so fucking goated. Minifigures, amazing. Animated series Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker. Can do no wrong. This guy's the GOAT. He was kind of cringe in season 7. I don't know if anybody else had that sort of feel. I thought he was kind of cringe. Even him being cringe in season 7, when he puts away the saber and he fucking starts whooping the ass of the guy trying to touch up his girl Padme, and he just beats his ass. I'd gladly do it. How about you fight me without your lightsaber or your Jedi powers? And he's like, gladly. And he fucking goes in there and whoops his ass. Amazing. Clovis Bray. I think Clovis something. It's not Clovis Bray. That's a fucking Destiny person. Yeah, Clovis something. But yeah, can do no wrong. This guy's one of the GOATs. We're gonna put him there. We're gonna put Anakin there. Fun, main character, amazing. We're gonna put that. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. If they never did another animated Anakin, I'd be happy because everything we have with him right now is perfect. Live action Anakin. He's pretty good. And a lot of people have been pointing out how cringe his dialogue is. I never like sound coarse and rough and gets everywhere. I don't mind it, to be honest. In the context of him being a kid born on Tatooine, never really being able to rizz up women and his lines at trying to rizz up Padme are kind of fucking terrible. Kind of makes sense. This guy hasn't been spitting game. You know, he's spitballing ideas when it comes to talking with Padme in those moments. I think he's fine. I think Revenge of the Sith really makes it hot. Yeah, he's definitely invited to the group chat. Anakin's definitely invited to the group chat. This guy's chill. Now, Revenge of the Sith, he has no chill, but he's cool. He's got aura. We're going to move on. Jedi Dooku. So not the Sith variants, not the ones that like Train Savage and Ventress and all those. I'm talking just the Jedi version. He's getting dapped up. He's cool. He has a moment with his master where he like, or I think he was training someone. Was it Tales of the Jedi where he was training someone and then he was pretty much completely okay? No. Someone was going, I think the Jedi he was with was going to like torch a fucking village or something. And he's like, yo, this is kind of fucked up. And he started like he opened his mind to the Jedi being corrupt. So I think he's cool. He's basically the Jedi Fives in a way, which is kind of interesting. I think that's cool. Live action, Mace Windu. This guy's getting invited to the group chat. I think some people don't like Samuel Jackson as Mace Windu. That's something I've heard thanks to the Escape Pod. Great podcast. Yeah, this video's been going on long. I gotta fucking speed run some of these. But I think he's a great Mace Windu. I think he's got great lines. Yeah, even in Attack of the Clones, questioning the prophecy, great portrayal. I think Samuel Jackson works really well. I'm going to put him below Ki-Adi-Mundi, though, because he does sort of fuck up with kind of, like, dicking around Anakin. Like, I get it, you don't trust the guy, but you being the one being like, we won't give you the rank of Master, that kind of, like, spirals Anakin. If he just gave him the rank of Master, and, like, credentials-wise, like, dude, fucking Anakin gets shit done. Like, I kind of get it. I do get it, though. He was rash, and he was, like, disobeying orders and shit, so I kind of get it. But, yeah, great character. One of the better characters. I think if they did a TV show around Mace Windu, unless it was Andor quality, I think it'd be shit, and it would ruin the character. We're going to move on. Sabine Wren. I don't care. I could not care less. Genuinely, I would watch a fucking East Koth or whatever the fuck this guy's name is over Sabine Wren. Sabine Wren's annoying. She's able to 1v1 Shin Hati for some reason. She does nothing cool in the whole series other than have a really long starship battle. And she simps over Ezra. Like, that's literally it. Yeah. Leaves training for apparently, like, no fucking reason. Or because, like, she didn't like the teaching or something. Lady, you're being trained to be a fucking Jedi. Like, and you're just like, it's too hard. And then runs away. Like, come on now. I don't know. I think it's dumb. We're going to move on. Ayla Secura, very goonable. One of the most attractive Jedi, if not the most attractive Jedi, in my personal opinion. Dude, she's getting invited to the group chat for sure. She's got Commander Bly on the side. She's got fucking Oron Felucia. She's blue. She's in the MTT Lego set that I really need to buy. God. She's a Twi'lek. We know how the Twi'leks are in the Star Wars universe. So she's definitely up there. She's very goonable. Would marry. Anyways, would smash. Moving on. Yarel Poof. Smash. No, I'm kidding. He's kind of funny. I did the Robot Chicken adaptation here, if you couldn't tell, because I think that's the best one, because he doesn't say anything. I think he says one line, maybe. Or he might just, like, move his head weirdly, and it kind of, like, seems like he's saying a line. The Robot Chicken iteration is probably more screen time than Star Wars actually gave him. Dude, I'm dapping this motherfucker up if I see him, to be honest with you. He's kind of fucking funny in the Robot Chicken universe, alright? But yeah, he's cool. We're gonna move on. Coleman Trevor. Don't want to see this guy. He's ugly. He gets packed up. Don't care. Plo Koon. Can do no wrong. He could get a whole show about him. Don't care. His messaging is amazing. His training is amazing. The fact that he lets Ahsoka get away with some shit, but he he knows when to let someone get away with something and when to like be stern with them. Fucking amazing. has that fight with Aura Singh in the Clone Wars. Fucking amazing. The only time he ever gets packed up is while he gets outgunned, getting flanked in a starship. This guy never lost a fucking duel. I'm just saying. This guy hasn't lost a fucking duel. Just saying. Unlike the other ones who got gunned down during Order 66, he needed to be shot out of the sky. Alright, he couldn't even lose in combat. They needed to fucking take his ass out while he had no chance of winning. And then also the Wolf Pack. Holy aura with that Legion. I don't even need to go in it. Luminara Sunduli, I'd dap her up. She's pretty cool, all things considered. She's dumb and gets packed up by Ventress. But she's fine. She's fine. No, she's not, though. Yeah, well, I just don't want... Yeah, I don't really want to see her again in anything. We're going to move on. Live action Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is including the Obi-Wan series, which really, really stinks up Obi-Wan's whole thing. And he does have some bad dialogue in Revenge of the Sith. Wait a minute. We're smarter than this. I really, really don't like that line out of everything. I'd still dap him up, though. He's still got low-key aura. He did pack up Grievous. Gotta remember that. So uncivilized. So, I'm gonna put him in dapping him up. Yeah. Does he go above my goat, I'm gonna die? I think so, yeah. I think he's cool. We're gonna move on. Cal Kestis. He's invited to the group chat. He's at the top of invited to the group chat. I can see a world where this next Jedi Survivor game, or Jedi Fallen Order, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the third iteration, I could see them ruining his character if they don't do it properly, Number one, gotta have the poncho. But no, seriously, like, his character arc in the second game I thought was chef's kiss. I thought it was fantastic. It's going to be very hard to keep that momentum, because something a lot of game series do after a while is they just regurgitate the same arcs, and you know what's going to happen before it happens. I didn't feel that way with Survivor. I felt like Cal was really like, he was getting ready to get revenge. Spoilers. He's getting ready to get revenge on Bode. And he arrives there. He sneaks onto the place, and he meets his son, and he's like, or it was the daughter, and he was like, oh shit, man, fuck, I gotta rethink this. And then he actually ends up having to kill Bode. The plot twist with Bode at the end was pretty bad, but like halfway through it was pretty cool. I don't want Cal Kestis' whole story to be like him struggling with the dark side. I don't really... If the third game touches on that even more, I'm going to kind of get sick of it. And he might be, I might dap him up when I see him, but maybe not invite him to the group chat. For right now, I'm inviting him to the group chat. Moving on. Animated Kit Fisto. This motherfucker can do no wrong. Dude, it has so much aura. He gets his 2 blades. He's sick. He's underwater. He's got his fucking abs hanging out. He's got his chest pumped up. We love Animated Kit Fisto on this channel. This guy's go with the sauce. Tentacles equals aura. We're going to move on. Old Ben. This motherfucker's invited to the group chat. Cinematic and emotion-wise, this guy might have... Actually, dude, I'm doing it. I'm putting him up here. Yeah, I'm putting him up here. I'm putting him... Dude, I'm putting him here, bro. I'm putting him here. Old Ben is so good. He shows up and he makes that weird noise. Helps Luke after he gets jumped by those Tusken Raiders. Like, dude, like, he's got so much aura. Then he has that fucking fight where he's stalling with Vader. When we last met, I was a little boy. Now I'm a man. He's fucking sitting there, fucking turns off the power coupler, whatever the fuck that generator was. The reactor, whatever it was, so they could escape. Dude, this guy's got aura, comes back as a Force ghost, gives some fucking wisdom. Luke, you must go to Dagobah. Like, dude, he's got so much fucking aura, bro. He really doesn't need to do much other than be present to sort of fill up the room with aura. We're gonna move on. Live action Kit Fisto. Dude, this guy's fucking... This guy's getting invited to the group chat 100%. He does get packed up. He does get packed up pretty quick. But this guy's just a fun... Like, if I'm going on the battlefield and I'm in that Geonosian arena, I want Kit Fisto to be beside me, bro. Look at how jolly this guy is. You can't really see it too well because of the video. Dude, in every iteration, live action-wise, this guy's always fucking jolly. Alright? This guy's always a happy camper. That's what I want to see right beside me as I'm going to fucking war in an arena. All right? This guy's probably psychotic. He's in a death arena where a bunch of his allies are just getting murked, and he's sitting there smiling with his fucking saber whipping around. Hey, this guy could be psychotic too. That's kind of aura. We're gonna move on. Librarian. Dude, I'm dapping her up when I see her. She does get, like, kind of dookied. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm dapping her up, bro. She kind of, like, holds her ground, I think, in the comics, right? Like, she holds her ground when they're invading the holocron area. She gets packed up, but, like, hey, you know, you gotta respect the fucking librarian that does something. She's definitely at the bottom, though. Definitely at the bottom. Yeah, definitely at the bottom is the librarian. But she's cool. Now I'm putting this back. But she's cool. Oh, Cal Ren Beck. God, there's so many fucking Jedi, bro. Jesus. Cal Ren Beck. I don't want to see him. I wouldn't be that mad if they did more with Cal Ren Beck, because he kind of just showed up as a cameo, and that was about it. He was there, helps Grogu escape the temple, and that's literally it. They could expand on him, and I wouldn't be mad. I just don't really care. Like, I really, really don't care. He does nothing. He has no impact in season 3 other than a Lego minifigure. Like, there was pretty much no reason to have this guy, like, show his face, reveal his face, whatever. Kanan Jarrus. He's getting dapped up, but I'm not. He's cool, right? Like, he bags Hera. He has a son. He's cool. When he's blind and he's talking with Bendu or whatever that creature's name, that part's cool. You know, when he beats the Grand Inquisitor, that part's cool. And he was kind of low-key the first iteration of a Jedi who's kind of more of a rebel than a Jedi, if that kind of makes sense. You know? Like, using blasters and shit, no problem. And he was more of like a bandit, and then it was like, oh, he's a Jedi. Like, that was cool. Yeah, Kanan's kind of cool. The Ghost is a good ship that he flies. But I just don't vibe that much with Kanan, personally. He's got cool moments. He's not the greatest. Like, for me, Shaak Ti does more for me than Kanan, you know? Like, Kanan and Shaak Ti walking side by side. Who am I dapping up first? I'm dapping up Shaak Ti first. That's my thought process. We're gonna move on. Live action Luke Skywalker. Bro's getting invited to the group chat for sure. Over Mace Windu might be crazy. Over Ayla might be crazy. Definitely over Padawan Obi-Wan, though. I'd probably invite him to the group chat. I'm not as high on Luke Skywalker as a lot of people. I think the best Skywalker is Anakin. But I think Luke Skywalker is cool. His development in the OT is cool. His showcases in Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, guys. People forget, man. Book of Boba Fett had Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Wow, what a cameo. But I think they de-aged him or whatever. I'm completely fine with that. I'm not including the Luke Skywalker that's in the fucking prequels. Or the sequels, sorry. Fuck that Luke Skywalker. Don't care. At all. We're gonna move on. Padawan Anakin. Low-key annoying as fuck. I don't want to see Padawan Anakin again. I get, like... Well, no, animated is Jedi Knight Anakin. Padawan Anakin's low-key fucking annoying. And Attack of the Clones. That's probably when he has the worst dialogue, according to most fans. And when he's the most, like, impatient. And I don't like that. But, that's... You're not supposed to like that, I think. You know? I don't think we need more Padawan Anakin. I think he's a brat, he's kind of annoying to deal with, and he wants to do his thing his own way, and he wants to protect the girl he's into, you know? Barriss Offee lands a good blow on Anakin and has one of the coolest duels in the Clone Wars. In general, no, in the Clone Wars, where she gets absolutely packed up. Has some moments in Tales of the Empire, which I thought were pretty good. She's getting dapped up. You know, gets zombified, has the back and forth with Ahsoka. She's a great side character. Steals Ventress's weapons and uses them. That's pretty cool. Packs up Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. She's pretty fucking cool. I'm going to put her above Kanan Jarrus here. I'm going to put her above Yarael Poof. We're moving on. Qui-Gon Jinn. This guy's invited to the fucking group chat for sure. This guy's getting invited. Dude, Qui-Gon Jinn... This is the type of guy that sends like a random meme in the group chat and you're laughing every time because it's prime, you know? This guy's great. Great dialogue. He's a gambler. Dude, Qui-Gon, yes or no, is using the Force to see what bets are about to hit, which fighters are gonna win in the next UFC event, and he's telling you those fucking parlays in the group chat. This guy would be the inside that we need. All right, this guy would have so much aura in the group chat. He'd be the guy who fucks. You know, this would be the group chat leader if anything. I'm putting him at the top. Qui-Gon would be such a fucking goat. He'd have the foresight of everything. Dude, great. Rey Skywalker, who cares? Don't care. Moving on. Dagan Gera. He was alright. I think everything we have about him is good enough. I don't want to see him again. I'll put him at the top. I don't want to see him again. Yeah, we'll put Anakin at the bottom here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to see Dagan Gera again. I think he's fine the way he is. It's cool that he has one arm. He's kind of more of a Sith than he is a Jedi. He's kind of like a rebellious Jedi. So I included him here just because he was a Jedi. But yeah, we're going to keep him here. I think he's alright. Asajj Ventress. This is kind of confused. This is Butch Asajj Ventress, who's kind of helping out the rebellion. I don't know if she's considered a Jedi, but I wanted to put her here because she's basically a Jedi. Like, basically. She has the good boy sabers. She fights the good fight now. She's a good person in terms of when she gets the haircut. Good person for the most part. She gets a Padawan at the end of Tales of the Underworld. I don't think I care. I kind of do. She's at the bottom. I'd dap her up. She's kind of cool. She has her moments. You know, she shows up in Bad Batch for some cool teaching. I don't mind it. She's like she's like a 4.9.9, a 4.99. You know. Yeah, I'll put her at the top here. Actually, she's a 4.99 out of 10 in my opinion. We're gonna move on. Cal Kestis' Jedi Master. Don't want to see him that much, to be honest. I'll do that. Yeah, that feels more appropriate. I don't want to see him that much, to be honest. He's cool because he's like a Zeb species. I forget what they're called, but I don't like. I just don't really care, you know. He gets murked. I don't really need to see his backstory. He trained Cal. We got his backstory. Not really his back. We got Cal getting trained by him in the first game. We don't really need another backstory with this Jedi. We're going to move on. I forget what his name was. I normally remember. I can't remember it right now. Moving on. The last Jedi I'm going to rank in this 45-minute long video. Pawn Krell. This guy's one of the GOATs. He can do no wrong. Yes, he is a villain. And he betrays the Jedi Order and gets murked because of it. Umbara might be one of the best arcs. The way he manipulated clones, the way he manipulated orders with the Jedi, the way he sort of figured out everything, but he didn't figure out everything. He figured out the major event that was going to take place, where the Separatists were going to win, and he's trying to, on the inside, develop a plan for his future. I think he's really cool. We'll put him right next to Evan Peel. I think he's fantastic as a character. If they did like a Pawn Krell backstory thing, I wouldn't mind it. A Tales of the Jedi type of thing with Pawn Krell, don't mind it. His species is cool. His 4 lightsabers are cool. He's basically Savage on Venom Juice. Like, if Savage is Maul on roids, Pawn Krell is Savage on fucking Venom Juice, bro. That guy's on something. That is my rankings of all the Jedi that I give any inkling of care for, in terms of caring about their names, and where they stand in iterations. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is my final ranking. I definitely missed some Jedi. Like, there's 10,000 fucking Jedi during the events of the Clone Wars, I'm pretty sure. No shot I'm ranking all those. That's just not fucking happening. And then there's also the Old Republic. But these are my rankings of the Jedis that I mainly care about, or at least have like some sort of care for. And yeah, that's just all my personal opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Give me a reasoning, or give me like a Jedi. Give me like your favorite Jedi in the comments if you feel like commenting. But if you made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you for watching. And as always, hope you have a good day.